what a way to clinch an FA Cup, especially against rivals such as Liverpool, to beat them like that. And if you guys play Football Manager, playing against Liverpool is like the worst nightmare. Okay, so we've planned to start how we finished last season. As you can see, we already got season 2 on the way in the 2024-25 season. And yeah, at the moment we're going head to head in the title race with Liverpool. Yeah, we want to talk a bit about the changes that were made in terms of the personnel, in terms of staff and players. The summer, we did struggle to have a happy camp. Bruno Fernandes was unsettled during the summer because of PSG. They were very relentless this summer. They single-handedly unsettled Coop Muniz, Fernandes, and Casemiro. Once they realized they couldn't get Fernandes, they put in a bid for Coop Muniz. When they couldn't get Coop Muniz, they put in a bid for Casemiro. And as you can see, Casemiro's the only player that's left unsettled out of the three. We only just got Coop Muniz back on side. So we continued the same philosophy in terms of the way we move in the market. So Dave Armstrong is a young player that we've picked from Petersburg, same with Charlie Fryer. They're both regens, pre-gens, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, they have high potential. I feel like this is something that we should potentially start doing in the market, going around the world or domestically, picking up young talents from other clubs, well, the best talents from other clubs, just so in the future we are kind of set. We don't have to keep spending money, and on top of that, we don't have to deal with like inflated prices when players start becoming good. In terms of Levi Cowell, we got that over the line, like I said, at the end of the last season review. In terms of Xavi Simons, we went with him instead of anyone else. I feel like he was the best candidate out of all the advanced playmakers that were available. We ended up getting him cheaper as well. Before, it could have potentially cost us 56 million, and we haggled enough to get it down to 42.5 million potentially. But yeah, just like last season, a lot of the money you see here is installments and add-ons. In terms of Max Aarons, we brought him in to replace Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who we ended up letting go to Freiburg for about 6.25 million. He lost his value due to his contract running down. But in terms of transfers in, much better compared to last season. Obviously, the numbers still could be much larger because of the personnel that have left. Varane, we could have potentially got up to 45 million for him, but Atletico Madrid just didn't have that kind of money. So the most we squeezed out of them was 37 million. In terms of Martial, a player that wanted out, I'm surprised we got this amount for him, 26.5 million. Ericsson, we have to take a hit. Well, we got him for free anyway, but in terms of his value, we could have potentially got 30 million. But again, his wages were a factor. No one wanted to pay the wages. And in terms of his age, that was a factor as well. So no one was going to spend 30 million despite the ability that he had. His age, he's getting on with it. Scott McTominay, we finally offloaded him. Glad to see the back of him, even though he played quite well in our 4-2-3-1 formation at the back end of last season when we had a lot of suspensions. I forgot to let you guys know I did have a backup formation for the 4-3-3-1. This is it. As you can see, you have a ball-winning midfielder that's in support and a deep line playmaker, an advanced playmaker, which is an actual number 10. So there's not much of a change between the 4-3-3 and the 4-2-3-1. We had a short pre-season, got off to a decent start against Stockport County, drew against LA Galaxy, beat PSV, and also won in the Watford testimonial for Cathcart. In terms of the Community Shield, we beat Chelsea 2-0, got goals from Sancho and Bruno Fernandes, and we got off to a perfect start in the league with a brace from Calvert-Lewin, giving us a 2-1 win. So yeah, like I said, we've played a few games, got off to a brilliant start in the Champions League. We won 3-0 against Rennes, and Real Madrid, we beat them 2-1. So the group phases have changed in the Champions League this season. So we've got this big, like, sort of conference kind of thing going on. At the moment, we are 4th place, winning all of our games so far, only 2 being played. In terms of individuals, we've got a lot of guys off to a flying start. Calvert-Lewin scored 11 goals in all comps. Same with Ferguson. He's off to a flying start, 3 goals in all comps, 1 assist as well. He's playing off the bench mainly, and we're mainly starting Calvert-Lewin. As you can see, compared to the appearances that he's got, they look slightly different to Ferguson. So he isn't getting as much minutes, but within the amount of minutes that he's getting, he is being productive. So Garnacho, he's playing really well off the bench, if I'm honest with you. Rashford, he has ups and downs. I feel like Garnacho is one of those players that helps pick up the slack when first team players aren't performing. So he's more of like a super sub. Yeah, this season I feel like me and Ruud van Nistelrooy were taking Manchester United back to where they need to be. We've bolstered more of the staff members, as you can see. We have more greens, not greens, sorry, more yellows, which means we have in terms of that department, we're the best in the Premier League on highest average. Yeah, the Glazers are still here. They're not really bothersome in terms of like how much money they are providing us, but again, the facilities are not being able to be upgraded because they don't have the money for that right now. As you can see, we are in the market still for more players. Even though I'm quite satisfied with the way we've moved this transfer window, I feel like we could still bolster the squad and add more quality to the depth. Because, yeah, like I said, during the course of this rebuild, we don't just want to have a good first team. We want to have a strong bench and obviously good youth academy. So players that are coming up through the academy can just replace players in the first team that end up leaving. And we don't have to keep spending so much money. We could just become a well-oiled machine that's a self-reliant. The under-18s and the under-21s are performing quite well. So the youth intakes have been quite good. Obviously, fourth place isn't good enough for the under-21s, but under-21s, they're mainly, most of the good under-21s, they mainly get loaned out anyway. Like players that are ready for first team or almost ready for first team, they get loaned out, and you're kind of just left with players that don't really attract much interest in the loan market. So I'm not too worried about the under-21s not performing too well. The under-18s, they're flying high at the moment. We have a top goal scorer. I think his name is Nicky Brayson. Yeah, that's it. Nicky Brayson. 8 goals in the under-18s Premier League. Also, Pep Guardiola, he's now at Arsenal. You just can't imagine it. But Arsenal, they're not performing well, so he's probably bound to get the sack real soon. Arsenal, they're sitting at 14th, sorry. They were at 18th at some point. For some reason, they have a lot of games in hand. They started the Premier League season quite late. I don't think they started until September. But yeah, this database is moving a bit sketchy at the moment. We do have a massive clash ahead of us: Liverpool versus Manchester United. I feel like we're ready for these types of battles. Liverpool, we've already beaten them on camera before. We smashed them 5-1 in the FA Cup final last season. So you guys already know I'm raring to go. I'm not scared. Listen, Kai, even though I admitted I admitted in the last episode that Liverpool are a bogey team for me. I feel like we can get the better of them. We might have to play strategic in this one. So Xavi Simons is not going to be available due to match fitness. So we're just going to do this. And we're going to start Casemiro just so we have a player that's a specialist in that area. Ball-winning midfielder. Bruno Fernandes is going to go here. So yeah, this is how the starting 11 is going to look heading off into this game. Oh, Luke Shaw, what is going on with this bench? We're not going to have a left back on the bench. Jadon Sancho's not really match fit, but let's go replace Rashford. He's carrying a knock. I'm quite confident, despite all of the changes that you just see me make. Let's head off into the game and see how we get on. Ooh, we've got a goal. Okay, highlight here. Anthony swings that in. Ooh, nice one there. Low. Driven low across the box. Calvert-Lewin taps that one in for 1-0. So, yeah, I don't want these players to drop their levels of concentration. I want them to remain focused. Sotolo looks stressed now, apparently. Just going to tell the defense to keep it going. The midfield, they do need to up the tempo a bit. Garnacho's not having a great game so far. But Calvert-Lewin with the goal. He's on a 7.3 rating. Xavi Simons is going to have to replace Bruno. He's looking very leggy out there. Don't think Evan Ferguson's quite ready for a bout like this. They bring on Lindelof for Sotalo. Looking like he's about to give up to his tiredness. So yeah, hopefully these substitutions do help us out a bit, getting the grips of the second half. Right now, Liverpool are dominant in possession, but it still remains 1-0. Come on. Yes, go on. Over the line. We got this game over the line. 1-0 against Liverpool. I would say they were quite dominant. They dominated possession, and they had more shots on goal, way more shots on target. Only one shot on target. We've stolen a victory. You gotta be kidding me. Ballon d'Or winner has been announced. Erling Haaland has pipped Kylian Mbappe and Lewandowski to that title. We need to start getting Man United players up there on that podium. Okay, so the game against Tottenham's underway. We have made some changes to our personnel, and as you can see that the bottom below, quite a strong side. Another Premier League game off the back of the win against Liverpool. Oh, nice ball in. Rashford, Sancho. Oh, cleared by the Tottenham defender. Fire these players up. Coop Minas carrying the ball quite well in the midfield. Spreads play out to Sancho. Well done. Poor pass by Sancho on the inside. Lazy. Back from his injury. Had a couple games on the under-21s. It's looking like he's lacking that. Ooh, well done, short. Coop Minas, ball over the top. Cavalier dinks the keeper. There we go, our number 9 with his 13th goal. Spreading that play out wide. Fernandes. Nice ball into Rashford. Heads it down. Tielemans with a goal. This guy leaps and bounds. His form has dramatically improved. Oro. Mori. Kane. Dropping deep. He's having to drop deep. Look at the low. Ready to intercept. Let's not talk too soon, though. Pedro Porro plays the ball into the box. Kulusevski pulls one back. Poor defendant down that left-hand side. That ball should have never found its way into our penalty area. Who's that? Luke Shaw. Not stopping the cross. What's he doing there? Poor marking from him. Not even marking, closing down. We're still going to praise them. They are playing well, but defensively, they fell asleep. So, just going to let them know that they need to keep their eyes on the ball. All in from Fernandes. Coop Minas. Fernandes. Shot. Cobble with the save. These players, their levels have dropped dramatically. Need to start making some changes. Look at these guys. They're looking like they want to collapse. Brahim Diaz. Come on, this is the equaliser. Oh, no, it's not. Vitinha misses right in front of goal. David De Gea, really lucky there. Another highlight. Anthony with the corner kick. What's the ball in? Aiming for Ferguson, gets cleared out. Rashford. Xavi Simons, 3-1. We've doubled the lead. This is the added on injury time. Oliver Skip, outside the box, plays it into Richarlison, who hits it across the face of the goal. VAR is going to be checked. Players are surrounding this referee. Goal awarded. Come on, man. Okay, 3-2 is the final score against Tottenham. I am quite happy. Despite the scoreline. We did dominate large spells of the game. However, we did let the 2-goal deficit slip twice, which is quite frustrating. That's something we definitely need to nip in the bud, especially against sides like Tottenham, because when we play against teams like Bayern Munich, who are coming up quite soon. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit confused. Can't see half of my screen right now. There we go. I found schedule. Yeah, as you can see, we have Chelsea coming up soon. We've got Atalanta coming up. We've got Manchester City coming up. Napoli, Bayern Munich. So our fixture list is looking quite scary this season. So we can't afford to concede goals. Luke Shaw needs to be pressing the player down that right-hand side or down our left-hand side a bit better. He can't be allowing the cross to come into the box. I don't know. Yeah, I can't wait until we get a new consortium because this is not on. They barely provide us any budget to work with in the market. And they're getting in the way of our deals. Like 42.5 million isn't that far away from 37.5 million. And the worst thing is, I'm trying to do an installment deal. These guys, they want me to pay 37.5 million up front for the release clause. Like, these are the guys in charge. This is what I'm talking about, man. Just before the Manchester derby, Bruno's out for about 4 to 6 days. It's not It's not like a huge injury, but it's just so convenient. Just before me and Tuchel's first meeting, since he's taken the job at Manchester City. So we've had to switch up the tactics days before the game just because of that knock to Bruno Fernandes, which is very unfortunate. But this is the starting 11 we're going to go into this next game with. The first Manchester derby of this campaign, and is our first encounter with Thomas Tuchel since Pep Guardiola was sacked. Hopefully we can maintain our Premier League form. Manchester City, they're not the noisy neighbours that they were when Pep was there. So hopefully tactically will be too much for them. So yeah, I'll say we're favourites for this. I swear we're favourites for this game. Defensively, I want them to know that I have faith in them. I'm expecting a lot from the midfield. Okay, team talks are done now. Players are about to get ready to field the pitch, to get on the field. Our form isn't that great, as you can see. Draw, win, loss, draw, win. Manchester City loss, draw, win, loss. They've got A really good squad on paper. Erling Haaland's in the squad with Declan Rice as well. So Manchester City still have the same personnel that could cause damage. Okay, here we go. Jadon Sancho down this right side, puts the ball in. Calvert-Lewin with the header. Ederson with a comfortable save. Aarons, go on. Do it early. Does it early. Calvert-Lewin, header. 1-0. Control the game. Luke Shaw, another ball in. Calvert-Lewin on that back stick. A real threat in the air. Manchester City, they're struggling. Well done, Rashford. Not giving them time on the ball to breathe. Tielemans picks out a nice ball directly into Sancho. Crosses it in. Rashford with a header. We're scoring goals. Oh, it was not even Rashford. It's Calvert-Lewin. Went too fast. Maybe I should slow it down a bit. Having a really good first half so far. First 20 minutes, he's been really involved. Oh, Xavi Simons, his first Manchester derby, he bags himself a goal. This guy, he's becoming one of them players that arrive late in the box and bags himself goals. Oh, ball in behind into Haaland. Oh. So I'm gonna remain positive. I want to be wary of those balls in behind. Sean Cowell on yellow cards. That balls have been perfect until that point. Foden 3-2. It's so useless down that left-hand side. Doesn't close down crosses. Doesn't whip balls in early. Come on, man. This game is just a joke at this point. This just doesn't add up. I'm throwing a bottle. I don't care how you guys react. Yeah, you lack belief. You're being bought off at half-time, mate. Guy, useless. The whole backline's just racking up yellow cards. Don't know how to deal through balls. Just swiping guys out. I don't understand how you can play football like that. On for Luke Shaw. Make yourself a nuisance in the final third, I guess. Ooh, nice ball in. Luke Shaw, that is how you play a ball early. Come on, man. What a substitution. Terrell Malacia with a cross. Sancho on the end of it, 4-3. Ball in from Coop Minas. Back sticks. 5-3. I feel like, we're just scoring goals from crosses, except that Xavi Simons goal. And we need to have this lead intact by the end of this game. Where's that instruction, bro? Why do you keep switching up the instructions? When I have something in mind, it's never there. I just want to tell these guys to keep the game intact, like the lead. Ball goes in. Jadon Sancho into Garnacho. Takes a touch, lays it back off to Sancho. Malacia. That left-hand side. Garnacho puts the ball in the back stick, and there we go. Evan Ferguson. I'm so happy when he scores. 6-3. Payback. This is for Eric Ten Hag. Another highlight. Ball in behind. Xavi Simons into Evan Ferguson. 7-3. This is an embarrassment. Tuchel, go home. Go home, Tuchel. Don't come back. Don't come back to the OT, please. Don't. Oh, it gets even better. 8-3. 8-3. Evan Ferguson has scored another goal. That's a hat-trick. Ferguson played really well. I'm not going to praise everyone on camera. Off camera, I'm going to do all the praising. But yeah, RemelHD anger up. Poor first half revealed. Max Aaron has told how the manager RemelHD lost his temper with the team during the Manchester United's convincing 8-3 win against Manchester City. And Xavi, he's after Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We're already in talks with Dominic Calvert-Lewin with his contract. We're trying to give him around like 210k per week. Give him a 4-year deal with an extra year as an option. But yeah, things are going really well so far this season. We're flying high. Obviously, we have a up and down kind of form. But in the league, we seem to be running away with it, looking very confident, looking like favourites. I want to see what they predicted us before. Predicted us to finish 6th. See, there's no respect on our name at all. The media just don't respect me as a manager. But within a year, my popularity has gone up. Even the board, they're trying to give me a new contract, but they're not putting respect on how much I'm getting per week. They tried to offer me 90k per week. Are you joking? I just bought the Premier League back to Man United. I want 150, mate. 6 figures. I'm not here for the money, but the board are being stingy with the budget. Bro, make it worth my while. Okay, so we won 8-3 against Manchester City. That was the last time we were together. And as you can see, we went on a bit of a run after that. Obviously, we lost in between against Brighton Hove Albion, but then we picked our run back up. After that, we ended up winning 2-0 against Everton, 3-0 against Norwich City, beating Bayern Munich 3-0, Newcastle United 3-0, 5-2 against West Ham United. The list does go on. We're in January now. We're pretty much at the end of it. As you can see, we've got 11 hours left in terms of the deadline day. And we got we got through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. We got knocked out of the EFL Cup as I haven't really mentioned. I don't think I've mentioned yet. If I haven't mentioned it, we lost 2-1 against Southampton. Luke Shaw giving us the opener. However, we just weren't good enough on the day, and we got knocked out very early on in that competition. You can see Alanga has joined Al Garafa, if that's how you say it, 5.5 million. We've had a few loan deals go through. Amad Diallo, permanent deal to RB Leipzig because he kept complaining about game time. He just wasn't good enough to replace Anthony or push Sancho out of the position he's in terms of the squad hierarchy. Scott McTominay, I think we mentioned it in August. Yeah, he left in August to Brentford. But in terms of players in now, we do have a few targets in our list. One of them, someone mentioned, I think it was a sub in the comment section below. It was Moriba. He wanted me to scout Moriba because we do want another advanced playmaker. However, we can't get any deals done in terms of Donny van der Beek. He's refusing to leave. We tried to get him to leave on loan, just didn't work out. And Moriba signed a new deal with RB Leipzig as well. So yeah, that might prize him out of a move in the summer because I don't want to pay over the odds or pay release clauses. We just don't have that that amount of funds for it. Donny van der Beek, again, we're giving him a cut price, 14 million. Still, no one's in for him. No one's going to budge. And he won't budge in terms of negotiating a loan move. I don't think he wants to go out on loan. He might just want to run down his contract next season, but we're not going to let it get to that point. Kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place. Like, I don't want to spend the 100 million that we've got. I want to be sure about the signings that we're bringing in. And right now, the squad, we're doing quite well in terms of injuries. Touch wood, I don't want to jinx it. But yeah, in terms of a striker now, we've only really been playing with two out-and-out strikers, two first-team strikers. Hugo went out on loan to Portsmouth in January, and he barely played. I feel like we need a third-choice striker that is good enough to play in the first team that could actually compete. But again, I'm not ready to spend my money now, so I'm looking for alternatives. So Dominic Solanke, I think it was top 3 goal scorers or second place. I think it was second place last season in terms of goal scorers in the Premier League. Let's double check that. Award winners. So Dominic Solanke, he does have good stocks at the moment. So I might just bring him in on loan. We have an option to bring in Brenner. I tried to bring in Barbosa. They want some crazy loan fee for him. What am I looking for? Top goal scorer. It's right there. So yeah, Dominic Solanke got 31 goals last season, more than Dominic Calvert-Lewin. They're the same age, roughly. But yeah, back to Solanke. Right now, he's on 9 goals in 25 games in the league, 6.73 average rating. And then all comps is 10 goals. How are Bournemouth doing overall? So to put into context, he's probably the beam of light in terms of a side that's doing badly. They're 17th. And yeah, it might be a good deal. We've got 11 hours left. We don't have much time to dilly-dally on looking for a striker. So I feel like this is a decent lastminute.com kind of deal. It's not the kind of deal that I want to make a habit of during the course of this rebuild. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what's going to make the system tick and who's going to add to the system instead of coming in trying to be Johnny Big Bollocks, wanting the most game time, even though they haven't really proven themselves. He's pressing forward, and at the moment we have 2 pressing forwards in Ferguson and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So it does translate. It does translate, in my opinion. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think this deal's crazy, or do you feel like yeah, I'm doing the right thing? I'm kind of going by the database, who's in form. I'm not going by real life form and who we're linked with. I'm kind of just going with who's playing well on the database. Also, I forgot to add, this deal comes with the option to buy him as well. So Dominic Solanke, we could potentially get him for 20 million. League appearances could lead up to 1.4 million. Goals could lead up to 1.3 million. Oh no, 2.3 million. And international appearance could lead up to 1.3 million in add-ons. So it can potentially lead up to a deal worth 25 million if we do end up making it permanent. I doubt we will. But if he does play really well in the United shirt, I mean, competition's competition, and that's what we need to get this team back where they belong in terms of their status in Europe, like footballing wise, not popularity wise. So yeah, we are still challenging in the league. We are still doing really well in terms of maintaining our form. We are currently 7 points clear on the table, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin still doing this thing up front, 22 goals. But Erling Haaland is he's going crazy right now. I don't think he's ever gonna get Golden Boot Calvert-Lewin under my management because Erling Haaland is still dominating the Premier League. However, overall as a team, we are doing great. Okay, we're just going to give you guys quick highlights of the FA Cup. Fourth round against Nottingham Forrest. We are fielding quite a rotated side. As you can see, Caprill will start in goal. Casemiro's back in the starting 11. We have Hannibal next to Simmons, which has been proven to be a good partnership during the course of the season. Sancho's back from his little knock. He's playing off the right-hand side. Garnacho's on hot form at the moment. So yeah, I'm expected to make it through to the 5th round. We have some cameos off the bench from youth players. So Mark Schumacher. Luke Shaw's injured, so we've got a really tired Mark Schumacher from the youth academy sitting on the bench. Obviously, a lot of attributes are still in red. He's a work in progress. We are training him up as a wing back at the moment. He's doing quite well in terms of his development. He's grown quite a lot since we first laid our eyes upon him in our intake. Hopefully, we don't have to go into the market next season because we do have Alvaro Fernandez coming back. Luke Shaw's already said that he feels like he's achieved enough at this club. So the left-back situation could be a conundrum if we don't solve it. But we do have 100 million to spend. And yeah, I'm not really thinking about left-backs for now because I feel like the database is going to somehow conjure up some super left-back towards the end of the season. So I'm keeping my options open. We got another goal. Jadon Sancho on the ball as the low. Ferguson with the goal. What a header. Need more energy. Okay, it's Casemiro running forward with the ball. The low. Back into Sancho. Sancho drills it in low. Ferguson there, the real poacher he is. 23rd goal this season. His first full season as a United player. This guy keeps going strength to strength. Long ball played up the pitch by Lisandro Martinez. Garnacho across from the left-hand side. Nice layoff from Ferguson into Simmons, who catches the ball on a half volley. It's 3-0, Nottingham Forest. Yeah, they're getting a hiding at the moment. Some football being played out from the back. Simmons, Garnacho, Ferguson. We're attacking the numbers. Look how quick we are to get bodies forward, and we just make them pay. Mistakes at the back, you can't afford to make them. We've got lethal finishers. Garnacho on the score sheet yet again with the rebound. Caprill with nice reflexes makes a double, not double save. He makes a quick reflex save. Hannibal slips in Ferguson. There we go. 5-0 is the scoreline. Ferguson's just bullying the opposition. So that is 2 goals. So that's a brace from him. No, that's a hat trick. How did I forget? It's his middle goal. Yeah. There we go, full-time whistle blown. 5-0 is the scoreline. As you can see, we've got 10s from Ferguson, 7.7 from Garnacho, and 8 from Hannibal, 7 from Casemiro, 7.2 from Lindelof. The bench, jacked with good ratings as well, 7.7 for the low, even though he only came on for like 10 minutes. Malacia, 7.4. We have Xavi Simmons, 7.6. Actually, no, the low started. Max Lemons was subbed on for the last 10 minutes. So Coop Minas must not have seen RemelHD series on FIFA. This guy thinks he's going to bully me into giving him a new contract. He's got another thing coming. There's a few people that agree with him though. I need to find out who those guys are because they'll be added to the list. Garnacho, Xavi Simmons, and Dave Armstrong. These guys, they don't know any about. Luke Shaw, we're still on the look for a left back because Luke Shaw still wants to find a new challenge, despite still kind of being an integral part to our first team. We lost 2-1 to Aston Villa. Since then, we played quite a few games off camera. We went on a good run well, not even just in the league, in the Champions League. So Aston Villa, we beat them 2-0. Chelsea, we beat them 4-1 in the Champions League tie in the quarterfinals. We won 7-0 against Southampton. 4 goals from Dominic Calvert-Lewin. We won 4-1 in the first leg in the semi-finals against Benfica. Chelsea, we lost 3-2 against them in the league as well. Bournemouth, we won 4-0. Also in the league, it's confirmed that we're league champions. As you can see, played 35 games, 29 wins, 3 draws, 3 defeats. Obviously, those 3 defeats came at Chelsea, 3-2, 1-0 against Everton, 2-0 against Brighton. So in terms of goals, Erling Haaland he's battering Calvert-Lewin and Osimhen. But Calvert-Lewin's had a really strong second season in his career at United. I feel like it was the right choice to sign him. I don't know what's gone on with his history list, I don't know why these clubs have been added. I feel like this is a glitch. But yeah, as you can see, he scored more league goals than he did in his first season. In all competitions, I feel like he's probably going to do even better. So I can't see it. 39 goals so far this season. Last season it was 36. So he's already overtaken his tally from last year. Second leg against Benfica in the Champions League semi-finals. As you guys already know, we are 4-1 up from the first leg victory. Now it's time to put the tie to bed. We are going to put this side out. As you can see, is really strong. Caprile will get a start. We've been starting Caprile over David De Gea in the Champions League, but we've been playing David De Gea in the Premier League. No, there's a method to our madness so far. It's been working. Yeah, Max Aarons is going to start at the back with Satalo, Martinez, and Malacia. In the midfield, we have Koopmeiners, Fernandes, and Xavi Simons. Anthony's going to be off the right-hand side. Rashford's off the left, and we have Dominic Calvert-Lewin as our number 9. Okay, so first highlight now, 20 minutes in. Ball played over the top. Anthony drills it into the centre, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin puts it home for 5-1 in the tie and 1-0 on the night. Great start to the home game. Yeah, we've been playing some nice football throughout the season. Koopmeiners, Fernandes, come on, let's go, boys. Anthony, what a ball into Rashford. When Rashford cycled that. Fernandes, Simons. Why are we going all the way back? Ball in from Aarons. Dominic Calvert-Lewin's header goes over the top of the bar. Bruno Fernandes. Ball in from Fernandes. Oh, well done. Martinez gets the goal. Is it going to count? Oh, it does count. There's no VAR. Okay, I'm getting it all mixed up. We're 2-0 up. Nice ball into Rashford. Simons. Oh, tries to slip. Calvert-Lewin in behind. And what's going on there? What the hell just happened? Antonio Silva. It looked like he just... Oh, no. Was it Otamendi? He booted it. He put his foot through it to try and clear it, but he cleared it into the path of Anthony, and Anthony just heads it in. No, it was Antonio Silva. I was correct. All in. Thank you. Martinez dealt with that. Rafa. Come on. No goals conceded. That was so weird. That was so weird. How did that go in? He gets a head on it, and it beats David De Gea. VAR check. Clean sheet City. Disallowed. Thank you. Koopmeiners. Ball over the top into Dominic Solanke. Dominic Solanke right in front of goal. He bags himself a goal too. He gets involved. We brought him in on loan, and he's been quite effective as a rotational striker. 4-0 up at the moment. 8-1 on aggregate. Here's Hannibal. Slips it in behind for Anthony. Anthony smashes it in for 5-0. 9-1 on aggregate. We are thumping Benfica in the semi-finals of the Champions League. This is an embarrassing scoreline. Satalo retrieves the ball back for us nicely. Solanke links up with Hannibal, who slips Anthony in behind, and he finds the opposite corner. 9-1 in the tie. What a thumping Benfica had to endure. 5-0 at home at Old Trafford. Solanke came off the bench to bag himself a goal. Anthony got himself a brace. Got an assist from Hannibal, a goal from Martinez, assist from Satalo. Koopmeiners got an assist. Calvert-Lewin got a goal as well. We've got a lot of 7s and aboves all around the pitch, which is something I'm really happy to have. And Caprile kept a clean sheet. So we got another guy asking for a brand new contract as well. Satalo, he's been playing quite well. He's played quite well since joining us in the last season, the first season where I took over. A 6.97 average rating is what he gave us, and a 6.95 average rating is what he's given us so far currently. I feel like we can entertain the idea of giving him a new contract. Look how low his wages are currently, and I think he's one of the best centre-backs in the world. In my save, I can say that because of what I've seen this guy do in game. Like that ball over the top, like it weren't a fluke. He's been doing it all season. Apparently we're in for Cobble. We're in for Tottenham Hotspur's Cobble. I'm quite happy with my David De Gea and Caprile. Thank you very much. How are Tottenham doing this year? Oh, they're second place. I mean, we can scout him. We can scout him. There's always room for improvement. Look at me eating my words already. And we also have Liverpool in the Champions League final. So Liverpool have the opportunity to become 7-time Champions League winners. and it's our opportunity to become 4-time Champions League winners. This could be a big milestone in my rebuild. It will be funny if it only took me 2 seasons to win it. I do believe I have like the mental like upper hand on Jurgen Klopp. So far, my mind games have been working. In terms of our relationship, let's see if the he's a distant he's one of the distant guys. So Pep Guardiola and Klopp, they have a disdain for me. And I want it to be that way because that means I'm doing all the right things at Man United. Training has slipped, so I need to give him a stern talking to. Let's see what he's got to say about his training performances. It feels like you've criticised levels of performance in training a bit too often. Well, my guy, you need to improve this, bruv. Like, what do you think this is? What do you think this is, bruv? Yeah, that's right. I want to play. I'll try to do better from now on. You got pressure. News for Levi Cowell's training progression. So Ruud van Nistelrooy has sent an email saying he's made a lot of improvements in the last couple of months, and the first team football exposure has definitely been a factor in his development. So right now he's got a lot of pros, only very few cons: determination and competitive streak. Determination's probably really low. Let me double check that. I didn't really notice that when I signed him. Oh, it's a 6. Rah, that went over my head. Uh, determination on 6. That's a new one. Okay, we got the last 2 games of the Premier League to go. We're not gonna play them on camera. I feel like I've given you guys enough highlights, so I think it's time now to start simulating. So we're gonna simulate this game. I'm quite confident that we'll get the win. If we don't, we've won the league anyway, so it's not really something to stress about. I just don't want... Yeah, we got to draw. Pep Guardiola, you're lucky this time. We only got to draw against them. So 1-1 was the scoreline between us and Arsenal, giving us 94 points on the table. Okay, so we've just missed out on a gem. We've been scouting this guy, this Nigerian midfielder. He's now agreed to move to Alaves. Sorry, I'm trying to get my bearings together. I've been watching this guy for months. I'm fuming. I can't believe it. This guy would have been a steal. I did something that was so unorthodox that I don't really do. Like, I went to the depths just to find youngsters that weren't like in the range of my scouting pool, and I found this gem. I thought I was gonna unearth him and be the one to unveil him to European football, but no, Alaves got to him before me. So I guess we're gonna have to keep watching him and then poach him off Alaves when the time is right. I'm fuming, guys. I don't think you understand. Match day 38 in the Premier League. The last game of the season. As you can see, a rotated squad is going to be fielded. Again, simulating is the course of action we're going to take. Away from home at Ellen Road against Leeds United. Fingers crossed that we get the win over the line, and some of the fringes know how to... Okay, cool. We got the win over the line. They cut me off midway. Okay, 3-0. So Donny van der Beek got himself a goal. Dominic Solanke, his final goal. Ooh, on his debut, Dave Armstrong. I actually want to see this. No, I want to see this. Plays into Solanke. Decent finish. Well done. Come on, Dave Armstrong. I want to see this. This better be a beauty. Rashford. It's one of them ones. I don't care. We'll take it. We'll take it. Dave Armstrong on the score sheet on his Premier League debut. I'm quite happy to see that. So, yeah, I feel like the plan is for next season is to make this guy third choice striker and not go with Dominic Solanke. I kind of knew in my head all along this is what I wanted to do, but yeah, it's kind of confirmed it now. Not just because of that goal, it's just the way this guy's developing. Even his technical attributes in certain areas, like he's ready for first team football. We just have to usher him in. He's got a bad personality, so again, we need to figure out a way to turn this guy from a bad egg into a good one. I mean, it gets funnier and funnier each season. Tuchel couldn't handle the pressure. Yeah, this guy, I'm surprised it took them this long to sack him. I would have sacked him from the 8-3 scoreline, but anywho's, yeah, moving on. Who's going to be the next guy? So Pochettino's in talks with Manchester City. Mancini might return. So Golden Boot went to Erling Haaland. Dominic Calvert-Lewin came second. Osimhen was third. Young Player of the Year was Garnacho. fantastic. And yeah, goal of the season went to Dybala, who plays for Liverpool. Anthony was second. Aaron Hickey was third. Golden Glove went to David De Gea. Thank you. Thank you. Manager of the year. Thank you again. Thank you again. And yeah, my director of football's happy. Team of the year. Okay, so we've got a lot of Manchester United players. Surprised they went with Cowell and Martinez, two left-sided, left-footed centre-backs. I thought they would have went Satalo and one of these two. Either or, we got two centre-backs in the team of the year. Malacia is there as well. Max Aaron's this season signing. He's played really well, better than Delo. Anthony and Aaron's have a really good connection on the pitch. Fernandes, Rashford, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin next to Erling Haaland. Oh, it's kind of a love triangle going on here. So Chelsea, they want Pochettino too. So Chelsea and Man City, they're fighting over Pochettino. Whoever gets Pochettino, yeah, don't get him because I'm going to expose him too. So Anthony's got some interest from clubs inside the Premier League. The team that finished second, Tottenham Hotspur. Within 38 games or 38 appearances in all comps, he got about 27 goal contributions, so 13 goals and 14 assists. And here's the article here. I don't know why they think they even stand a chance. We're going to slap some ridiculous price tag. He most certainly ain't going to cost you 52 million, my friend. So I'm anticipating a real back and forth for this Champions League final. Liverpool, they always come to score goals. I don't think they're going to sit back. In fact, I think we're going to leak goals, and we're probably going to have to try and outscore them. But yeah, I'm quite confident that we could actually get a result against them. So hopefully we don't get embarrassed by Jurgen Klopp, because we've been talking smack to him throughout the whole season. Last season, we actually managed to win the FA Cup. So I do want to win 2 trophies this year. I don't want to take a step backwards and only just win the singular Premier League trophy. I want to do the double. And yeah, it'll be even better to do the double against Liverpool 2 seasons running. Some may say I might be overthinking this, but we're going to go into this Champions League final with a different tactic. We're going to use our secondary formation, 4-2-3-1. And as you can see, we have David De Gea in goal. Malacia is at the back with Martinez, Satalo, and Aarons. We have Casemiro as a ball-winning midfielder. Tielemans is a deep-line playmaker. Our number 10 is Bruno Fernandes. On the left, we have Rashford. On the right, we have Sancho. And down the middle, we have Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Team talk, pump fist. We're doing well. We're on a good run, so let's keep that going. Come on, everyone. I know what you... Yeah, let's go with that one. We're going with the defenders. We're going to have our hands on our pockets, say we have faith in them. Midfielders, I think we're going to point fingers and tell them I expect them to do well. And we're going to pump more fists. That's pretty the gist of my team talk. Just emotions. That's it. I don't really care what I say. So this is Liverpool starting 11. Quite strong. They have Caicedo and Bellingham. The ball is their number 9. Mo Salah's obviously still in the side. And yeah, this is how we are looking with our shape going into this game. Different formation. Hopefully, I've not overthought this one. Okay, first highlight. Bruno Fernandes swings one in. Dominic Calvert-Lewin on that back post. Heads it. I think that was a save. All played forward by Aarons. Calvert-Lewin. Sancho brought down. No. It was a clean challenge. He went down as if play was going to stop for him. Come on, let's not chase the ball too much. Keep the shape. Come on, well done, Martinez. Fernandes, you need to be quicker than that. Bellingham bursts into the box, takes a shot over the bar. So we have another corner kick down this right-hand side. Bruno Fernandes, deliver a nice ball, please. Back sticks. Calvert-Lewin. Oh, he bundles it in. 1-0 possibly. VAR, hopefully not. Yeah, no VAR. We've taken the lead 31 minutes in. So Bruno Fernandes swings this in. Back post. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the only threat. Because realistically, that ball's going into a zone only Calvert-Lewin could attack. Okay, so we got to defend a corner of our own. I think that was Virgil van Dijk. His head goes over the bar. Half time. Right now, the scoreline remains 1-0. Yeah, I'm going to make sure these players aren't complacent going into this second half. Let's see. How do we get them to remain focused? So this is it. I'm satisfied, but want you to remain. Yeah, this is it. Cool. Got a good response from the whole squad. I'm going to tell the defenders to keep it going. Midfielders as well. I'm going to let them know. I'm not really... Am I feeling their playmaking? Not really. I'm not really feeling it, if I'm honest with you. The number 9, he's the only guy that's standing out for us at the minute. So we're going to praise him. Okay, so we've got a throw down this right-hand side. Nice balling from Max Aaron's. The ball hits the bar from Rashford's header. Malacia drills it in low. Fernandes almost bundles it into the back of the net, but Alisson Becker is alert to the connection Fernandes makes to the ball. Lumps up the pitch. Martins heads it down. I think this highlight's still going. Tielemans, Calvert-Lewin, Max Aarons on the right-hand side. Go on, put a ball in. Back sticks, Rashford. The top of the net. So mid-game, we're going to switch tactics. Catch them off guard. Hopefully this doesn't like ruin the momentum of the players on the pitch. But yeah, we need to switch things up, not keep things the same, because I feel like Klopp is going to catch on to the game plan. In terms of players to sub off, we're going to sub off Casemiro, drop Tielemans in that deep line playmaking role, bring on Xavi Simons as an impact player. Now, hopefully this is an effective way to catch Liverpool off guard. So Liverpool have a free kick, took it short, so we're going to go positive now. Moises Caicedo, Virgil van Dijk, moving it around the back. Well done, Satalo, alert. Nice ball to the left-hand side, possibly, but Sancho doesn't get to it. On. These guys are making me nervous right now. 60 minutes played, we're still at 1-0 up. Need to double this lead. Max Aarons couldn't beat Harvey Elliott in the foot race. Come on, man. The patience is killing me here. Fernandes wins the ball back. Ooh, possible red card. Bellingham, get off the pitch. Get off the pitch. Thank you. So free kick. Fernandes hoops it into the box. Martinez cleared out by Konate. Bruno, long range. Alisson Becker with the save. Sancho. Oh, he's offside. We'll demand more. Bruno puts the ball in. Handball. Referee, make a controversial decision. The Liverpool players are livid. United players are surrounding the referee. Come on, the pressure. RemelHD pressure, it works. We get a penalty. Bruno Fernandes, put this away for 2. I swear to you. On Roy Keane, you better put this away. Bruno Fernandes puts it away on Roy Keane, on Eric Jemba. Alright, cool. I told you guys I'm a mastermind. 2-0 up at the minute. Come on, we need to defend this lead. Let me not get too cocky. We need to make some changes too. Let's pause the game, make some changes. How many changes have we got left? 3 substitutions. So Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he's gone quiet. He's gone quiet in this match. So Dominic Solanke, you're gonna come on your last game for Manchester United. We're gonna bring on Garnacho. Sancho's having a stinker. Who else? Talo's having a bad one as well. Victor Lindelof. Forget the rules. We're gonna have 2 left-footed centre backs on the pitch. Levi Cowell, he deserves an appearance in the Champions League final. It was a hard decision to leave him out in the first place. So yeah, we need to keep the result intact. Okay, Sancho. Oh, he hits the post. Ball cleared. Long ball played up the pitch. I don't know why he's done that. We need to speak to this guy in the background because that's a wasted free kick. Well done, Cowell. Max Aarons. I don't know what's going on with Max Aarons in this game. All his take-ons in the highlights, they seem to have failed. Couldn't even take on Jordan Henderson. Decent challenge there by Anthony. Fiery winger. Always gets stuck in. Dominic Solanke putting in his 2 cents as well. Garnacho travelling with the ball. 1-2 between him and Solanke. Garnacho gives it to Xavi Simons. Xavi Simons hits the back of the net. Xavi Simons, one of our new signings this season. He's contributed in the Champions League final. We've gone 3 up against Liverpool. One of our fiercest rifles. Come on, man. RemelHD is at the wheel. Forget the wheel, actually. I'm on the throne, man. I'm on the throne. I think me winning the Champions League will be bad for football. It's safe to say football would probably go to a toxic place. If a man Anthony, that is disrespectful. See, Tottenham, keep your grubby hands off our player. If Anthony could do that week in, week out, I'll give him 400 bags a week. I really don't care. That is disgusting. You don't do that in a Champions League final. He's the best in the world in FM, apparently. If you know, you know, from FIFA. And we're about to win our first Champions League trophy since 2008. There we go. I brought it back to Old Trafford. I brought it back to England. So the 2024-25 season review is now about to begin. And as you guys can see, we got about 4 players in the dream team of the Champions League. So we have Satalo, Martinez, Fernandes, and De Gea In terms of the Champions League award winners, defender of the season was Martinez, keeper of the season was David De Gea, Fernandes won midfielder of the season. Third place for forward of the season was Dominic Calvert-Lewin. So we got United players up there and like Europeans elite. So it's been a while since United have had a player that was considered the best in the world in that particular position. I feel like the last player was David De Gea, but like he's not been the best keeper in the world in real life for quite some time. So the signings this season, Dominic Solanke, loan move. He only got about 9 appearances altogether. He bagged 6 goals with a 7.20 average rating. Max Aarons, 35 appearances, 9 off the bench. Well, 35 starts, 9 off the bench. 1 goal, 6 assists, 7.12 average rating. Xavi Simons, 39 appearances starting, 10 off the bench as well, and 7.10 average rating. Levi Cowell, same thing. He's done really well. 27 appearances starting, 26 off the bench, 2 goals, 1 assist, and a 7.02 average rating. So I feel like all the signings that we made this season contribute to the first team heavily. Despite only having a few months at our club, Dominic Solanke was quite a good signing, especially the fact that it was like a lastminute.com kind of deal. In terms of competitions, we got an A plus for the Premier League, Champions League A plus as well because we won both of those competitions. We got knocked out of the FA Cup quarterfinals by Aston Villa, so we got a C minus. Community Shield, we also won that one against Chelsea 2-0, so we got a B minus for that. So the overall squad, I feel like the overall squad did well. As you can see, the lowest average rating in the side is Lindelof, so that's a 6.86 average rating, and I feel like that's above average in my opinion. That's a decent season. So even Victor Lindelof, who was at the bottom, I consider him a player that actually played well. Even Tielemans, like even though his numbers ain't that good for someone that's supposed to be a creative midfielder, I feel like in game he was actually a good piece to the puzzle in that midfield. Like I said, he didn't contribute as much as Xavi Simons or Bruno Fernandes, but I'm still happy with whatever contribution he made to the squad. Like, not everyone's going to be a stat padder. Donny van der Beek is someone I'm concerned about. He should be leaving next season, but nobody wants him because, he's just not in good form. He has high wages for his ability, and I feel like he's trying to run his contract down, which we just can't allow to happen. I'd rather just get 10 million for him. The rest of the squad, as you guys can see, Dominic Calvert-Lewin was the top goal scorer in the side within 45 appearances in all comps. Evan Ferguson had a good effort for the first season, as we already went over before. 31 goals, 6 assists. I think that's a really good season. Marcus Rashford, again, putting up good numbers. Same with Garnacho and Ante. I feel like everyone in the final third contributed quite well. Even Jadon Sancho, 7 goals, 15 assists. He is getting paid the most out of all four. I think all 3 of those players that I just mentioned. Sorry, I got a bit muddled up. One other player that I do want to include in the first team is Dave Armstrong. Like I said before, he's someone that could sit as the third choice striker. He had a really good season in the under 21s. If I could just show you guys how the youth players got on as well. Okay, so in terms of the under 21s, as you can see, they finished second, but Dave Armstrong second top goal scorer behind Joe Hugel, who's pretty much a ringer at this point. Like he's 21. He is the right age for under 21s, but if you compare him to Dave Armstrong, ceiling's much higher, and we're most likely going to let Hugel go. That's why we haven't really spoken about him that much, because in the first team, he just can't handle the pressure. With the under 18s, we have another top goal scorer called Nicky Brayson. He's playing really well, bagged himself 16 goals in the under 18s Premier League, and we also won the Premier League for the under 18s as well. We beat Aston Villa 3-0. Okay, so in the data hub, as you guys can see, the goals per game was 2.76, non-penalty expected goals per 90, 2.19, conceded per game was 0.76. So defensively, we were very solid. Expected goals against per game was 0.89. So we conceded less than we were expected to concede. In terms of pass completion, 84%. So as you guys already know, we will be losing a potential left back in Luke Shaw because of his desire to play elsewhere. So we've been looking at various left backs around Europe. We're definitely going to go in for one. And if we do end up getting a star player, we could potentially bring in a star left back, just someone to push Malacia in the first team, or we can buy someone that could be under Malacia in the first team. But obviously, we'll go for someone young, someone that we can nurture and also not spend too much money on. Obviously, you guys are probably going to question me, the advanced playmaking role. I know this guy isn't a complete central midfielder, but he is someone that I've converted before in another save, and it worked out successfully. We could do the same in this one. Yeah, he's got a lot of attributes that fit the advanced playmaking role. It's just about ushering him into the first team, giving him that settling in period. Obviously, we still have Bruno Fernandes, Tielemans, Xavi Simons, and we're probably gonna have to bolster that particular area because Donny van der Beek is gonna leave. Tielemans isn't as consistent as we would want him to be, and also Bruno is getting on with age, so we do need to think about the future. Okay, so when it comes to the deep line playmaking role, Casemiro, he doesn't actually even play as a deep line playmaker. He's actually a ball winning midfielder, so he doesn't exactly fit our system. We got good 2 seasons out of him. Obviously, we're not going to expect 55 million for him, but we should move him on. He's on 300k per week. His contract expires at the end of next season, and yeah, we could potentially buy a lieutenant to Coop Minas, or we can buy someone that's going to completely push him, someone that's considered a first team CDM, and someone that is good on the ball, that can play long balls like Coop Minas. So if we do have to sub him off, or Coop Minas has a knock, we're not going to notice a quality difference when someone steps in for him. If you made it this far, please remember to smash that like button, sub to the channel if you are new, and also hit the notification bell so you're notified when I go live, premiere video, or upload one. I would also like to say a special thank you to everyone that left feedback on the first video. Yeah, it was definitely helpful. Thank you to everyone that got involved with the poll, like the poll to do with like highlights. Also, let me know, how do you feel I covered the highlights? You feel like I sped up too quick, like playing a game in September and then all of a sudden we teleport to January? Do you guys want me to be going into more detail, or like cover a bit more games, or is it just fine the way I covered it? Yeah, just let me know with feedback in the comment section below. Also mention future polls with the transfer policy. Are we going to continue to take our time in the market, or because we won Champions League, are we going to be ruthless and yeah, not really think about pathways for the youth? Or we could do a bit of both. So there's going to be 3 options for that poll. Yeah, just have an input, have your say. Also, leave comments on this video for general feedback. So am I talking too fast? Yeah, am I missing points for things to talk about? Like some people will probably want me to go in more depth about dynamics or squad planner or training schedules. I know I haven't spoken about that in depth yet, but my training schedules are something that you guys could just come up with anyway. But yeah, it's just little examples like that. Yeah, I feel like that's about it. I'd like to thank you guys as well for actually being patient for the series. It's been a long year. My schedule's been playing up, so hopefully we can continue to be consistent. We're very consistent with FIFA. It's just FM manager videos, they take a bit more time. And also I'm playing it season by season. I don't really skip through calendar. I do skip certain games with the instant result. But yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. I hope to see you guys for the 3rd video. Take care for now. Peace.